What you see is what you get.
WFNG.
Fly nerds. You see it and say it. Yeah, you see black excellence and intelligence we now combine. Fly nerds on the verge of connecting the minds. North, south, east, west over digital lines. Catalogs of the culture inside. Seen it with our own eyes. We done been through the trends and phases. The names and the legacy, the changing faces. We can't talk shop, only dealing the truth. You tuning in to the Fly Nerd group, so let the peoples in. Yeah.
WFNG.
FNG.
Fly Nerd Radio.
Yeah, so let the people in.
WFNG. Fly Nerd Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, you are now tuned to all Fly Nerd and Nerdettes as well. This is the Fly Nerd Group podcast, live and direct. What's up, y'all?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Usually we pre-record this and throw this out on a Wednesday, but today we decided to take this to the live arena. So we are here. We are the Fly Nerd Group. I am Cosmo, aka Slapface Galactus.
I am the one and only Chancellor's Prime.
Hey, yo, I'm the flyest floating head in the universe, Sean Moon.
And behold, your friendly neighborhood Corey Green coming at you. What's happening? Fly off combo breaker from 2 weeks ago.
Yes, you are fly off a combo breaker. I was going to say that for later, but we can jump into that, man. We can jump into that.
Tell us about the combo breaker.
Yeah, because both of you guys was there actually.
Yes, we were. We were both there.
Okay.
I had a different experience than Corey. I want to hear about Corey's experience first.
Oh, you want to hear about my competitive experience? Yes. I have plenty to speak about that because I was a competitor. He was a spectator, so he had no stress. I had all the stress. So both my games I played, Virtual Fighter and 5 Ultimate Edition, and Street Fighter 6 on Saturday the same day. So I had Street Fighter in the morning, I had VF5 in the afternoon. Street Fighter, I was none too pleased. I did poorly. I did 1 and 2. Was not happy. I lost to a couple input errors. The first guy I beat. Next 2 guys I lost to an input error. I was kind of mad, but fine. VF I did well. Took 13th place in virtual.
So wait, slow down. Don't rush talk things. So when you talk about the Street Fighter, now this is a game that we talked about before. You know, this is a game that we all cheer about. Actually, there's some more Street Fighter news that we're gonna get into just to segue that. So what we talk about the cups. You gotta bring the cups, man. You gotta bring the fucking cups, man. So,
you knew it was coming. You knew it was
coming. The cups.
Who said anything about cups? Who did that?
Man, I got cups right here. So anyway, man, I mean, all right. So when you was facing your opponent, who was you playing with? Was you playing with your beloved gal?
Yes, I was using Kyle. Yes.
Okay. So what was the issue? Was he a younger opponent? Was he?
Oh, gee.
One guy that wasn't the issue. My issue was when I was playing, I had a couple input errors and I played the guy because I lost the first game. Second game, I started to figure him out. I was in a situation I was making a comeback, and one of my buttons dropped the entire combo, and I lost the game. I lost the match. Now, then the second one was due to one other input error, but also dealing with a match I wasn't too familiar with that much. Things happen.
All right, so versus Marissa. Now, your boy played with Marissa a lot. You know, you fight Marissa. I can't even beat him with Marissa. So what was the difference to do fighting versus your guy?
Because in modern version, she only has access to certain moves, and modern does less damage. In classic, she's way more threatening in classic than she is in modern controls.
So there you go. So there is a difference if you play classic because you have a bigger, a wider assortment of moves that you could use versus, the other automatics or whatever settings, right?
Yeah. Modern, you do less damage regardless.
So when you was playing Marissa in Classic, you didn't know all those moves, so dude be just pressing buttons, so he
Well,
don't
this
be manually doing shit.
Tappy tap tap.
not
Tappy
just
tap tap.
she
So when
is
you fought a real opponent with the hands, you was out your arena. Like what
folded.
happened in here?
Oh,
He
damn.
folded. He didn't train hard enough. He folded. Did you not?
This
Did you
guy
not?
who plays Marissa is very, very good. He's very good. But now since you brought that up, it's just button pressing. So what y'all doing out here? So
her threat assessment is way stronger in Classic than it is in Modern. Modern, her approach is not as dangerous as she is in Classic.
You supposed to
Because she has all access to all her moves in Classic. Her threat assessment is much higher than Modern.
So you don't train on both sides of the fence. You don't train Modern and Classic. That way you just you the multi tool. You throw you in any situation. You golden. So you got to train on both sides. Have you not watched the YouTube videos I've sent you? The push-ups and run the stairs, the hand. You got to get with it, man. You need a montage, a training montage. We got to work this out. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of the Classic to Modern, whatever. You throw you anywhere. You throw Bruce Lee. You throw Bruce Lee in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
It don't matter what style he fighting against. He going
got
hard.
Hands for everybody.
You got hands for everybody. You got to have hands for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
in your corner, man. You just need a Mickey in your corner.
I mean, we're cheering. We're ready to cheer this on. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I mean, do you think that? All right, so let's just get into Street Fighter. They just announced season 2 that's coming out next year.
Yes.
A wide assortment of new characters. Alina. Excuse me.
The first character comes in July.
Oh, so who's the first character? M. Bison?
And Bison will be the first character. So Bison's in summer, Terry's in the fall, Maya's in the winter, and spring's going to be.
So what's with the SNK characters popping up?
That's the crazy part. Never in a mainline Street Fighter game we've had guest characters from another IP. We've had guest characters from other Capcom related games, but never a whole nother IP. It's something totally brand new. We're all thrown for a loop from.
Well, they done SNK versus Street Fighter before.
Not a mainline Street Fighter game. They made a specialized versus game, Capcom versus SNK. Never in a mainline Street Fighter game at all. They had guest characters come into a mainline game. Tekken has done it.
Right. Tekken done it. Mortal Kombat does it.
Soul Calibur did it.
Yeah, Soul Calibur did it. So I think this is great. Actually, I think this is really good that they're opening the doors for that familiarity with the SNK. I like Terry and Mai. Actually, Mai, I'm a beast with Mai.
Which game company had Hagar, the guy with the
that's
he was
Capcom. That's Final Fight.
Final Fight.
Him and Cody.
Yes,
Cody and Guy.
Yes, him, Cody, and Guy. Yeah. Have they ever made it into a Street Fighter?
Yeah, that's the first crossover. They've always had Final Fight crossover into Street Fighter. So like, like Cody are fighters in the Street Fighter.
Huh? I did not recall that. I would like to play that actually because I was a big Final Fight fan.
I think it was Alpha 2 and 3 they debuted.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy was on there. Yeah,
what
got hands.
Have we ever seen like the Double Dragon guys get crossed over into something? That'd be dope.
Not in fighting games. But not in fighting.
Oh
no! Someone should go grab the Double Dragons and toss them into a fighting game.
That would be dope. That would be dope, man. So, my whole point is bringing up these new characters that's coming up. Do you think you need to broaden your scope? Are you going to use other characters other than Gal? Are you going to? Because think about it. If you fighting these people and they master all the characters, right? There's definitely gamers that mastered every character on the game if they play with them or not. You know, so they got a wider sort of knowledge and stuff when it comes to fighting particular characters, probably all of them. So, you know, would you broaden your scale with practicing with more characters, especially if these new characters come in? I mean, are you going to try these guys out?
Diversify your bonds.
Right. Nigga. Answer the question. There was no answer. I guess Corey not there, man. I don't know what
Did we
happened.
lose him? Technicality difficulties.
I guess so.
Did
I
the
don't
ghost
know.
of Gal get the ghost of Gal got
The
him?
ghost of Gal got him, man. So
Gal
you
got
know it is what
Yeah,
it
you
is.
had him thinking about working with other characters. Gal came in and Sonic boomed his lights out.
All right, his camera is on.
Oh, okay, he's back. He's back.
He's back. He's showing up.
He's back. So Corey, did you hear the question before you got Ghost of Gal out? Uh-oh. Ghost of Gal still hitting him. Sonic boom.
Yeah.
Flash kick. Flash kick.
Right.
He'll get it together. So all right, let's go ahead and move on. How you guys doing first and foremost?
Making
cool, man. Just getting off on the work side of things. Did a couple things on the outside with photography too. Helped a young lady from high school that I rocked with do a Juneteenth grand opening of her store.
Oh,
and she's gonna
yeah, I saw photos of that. So who was that? Should I give her a shout out?
young lady by
Give her a plug, man. You can't be on the show with no plugging.
Of course. No, shout out to Lachey Kelly and a mutual friend of ours, Miss K Fly.
Hey Kelly, what's good?
Yeah, Lachey, she just opened up a store called Juneteenth Apparel. It's on 1059 North Hamlin, if you're in that neighborhood or what have you. And basically, she's just selling all types of Juneteenth stuff for guys and girls, of course. Shirts, shorts, jewelry. Got mugs up in there. Got homemade honey, bath salts for the ladies. Just all types of Juneteenth apparel to not only just get in preparation for Juneteenth, but she's got basically rocking Juneteenth all year round.
That's dope. That's dope.
And
it should be celebrated. I like that.
Oh yeah. And the dopest part about it is not so much just celebrating culture per se, but it's also just celebrating what you're free from. Because it has like a deep conscious personal meaning to some folks. What are you free from in life? You know, so that's what she's rocking. That's what she's rapping.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So Corey, can you hear us? There's no response from Corey yet. All right, Corey, out of here again. So all right, keeping it moving.
And yeah, just one more FYI for anybody who does celebrate Rock Juneteenth, buy from your Black-owned stores. Forget about Target, JCPenney, et cetera, et cetera. Buy from Black-owned stores. You can look them up online. Shouldn't be no excuse. Put the money in the pockets where they need to be.
Absolutely. Always support your own. Always support local. And that goes with any shop, from Juneteenth to your comic book stores, to your local toy stores, to your local knick-knack stores, your laundromats. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean?
Whatever it is, support the local.
Yeah, support the locals at all times, man. That's a must and given. We are the locals, you know what I mean? So support us. It is. It's real talk. So all right. So let's get into some music. Guys.
I've heard Samurai, I've heard Cake. Lupe Fiasco is ringing it. There's no other way to. You can't. I expect nothing less, but I feel like this is he's coming in rarer form than before.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, definitely. Lupe is on some samurai shit. And yeah, that's his name of his new project. He already dropped a single, Samurai. Right here is his second single, Cake, which is a pretty dope little single. Actually, it's pretty dope. Project. I was a part of it, man. I was shout out to
tell us about that.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Adams and Impact Studios. He'll a filmmaker out here in Chicago. So, when he give me a ring, it's like Batman, man. I gotta show up. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
So he gave me the ring, talked about he was doing the project with Lupe. And I go ahead and went on set. So usually I'll be behind the camera which I was. I got a lot of behind the scene shots and stuff like that, but I was working on set as well. It was an interchangeable set. So the backgrounds was moving. So now, basically, yeah, it was on set. Working on set was pretty dope. Chopping up with Lupe was pretty fun as well. Talked about Street Fighter. He said he haven't played Street Fighter since Street Fighter 4. Like he haven't played 5 or 6 or anything like that. So that was kind of fascinating as well. So yeah, it was cool. Dope video, dope song. I'm trying to bring up a clip of the video as I talk. So give me some time, having some technical things. So what y'all think about the song? And if y'all checked out the video, what you think?
I haven't seen I have not seen the video yet, but I love the song. I love both songs so far that I've heard. So, but I have not seen the video yet. So I will definitely have to check that out, especially since I know you and Ambi were there working.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ambi. He was definitely there. So
yeah, I wanna see Corey Green versus Lupe in Street Fighter.
Dude, I would love to see.
I want to see Lupe versus the friendly neighborhood Corey Green.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. That'd be dope. And we should do some Fly Nerd competitive things like that, man. Like bring him out, bring out Corey, and then you find your own arena, Corey. You ain't you ain't gotta get washed up like that, man. You can bring your skills to the table. So Corey, are you still there? See, you keep going out, man. Keep going out.
He's having the technical difficulties. His stream was steady, and then he told you, man, it's that blasphemy. You had him thinking about playing with other players, and he ain't been right since you asked him about working with another player. He's
right.
It ain't been right. It ain't been right. So Ghost of Guile strikes again.
Yikes. So yeah, man. So
this is the penalty.
Yeah. So this is Lupe video, pretty dope. If y'all haven't checked it out, check it out. June 28th will be the date of Samurai. So when that drop, please check that out. And meanwhile, there's other music that's coming out. Chicago is hitting, man. Chicago hitting like
Common Pete Rock.
Yeah, Common and Pete Rock, man. They just dropped a single. Oh, Wise Up.
Snappy little jingle you got there, buddy.
Snappy little fingers.
Snappy little thing there.
So Common Pete Rock dropped a joint called Wise Up, and it's pretty dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Pretty dope joint.
He sounds a lot like Com from Resurrection to what's the beige colored one that reminded me of Seth on it.
One Day It All Makes Sense.
No, is that it? One Day It All Makes Sense. Maybe that's the one.
Yeah.
But to me he's in that flavor of himself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like which they was talking about on Drink Champs that you've been talking about.
Yes.
X-Men.
Yes.
Off camera, on WFNG.
Yes.
Give us an update of what's going on, man. Because the fall of X had just kicked off, and we at the end of that actually, and we into something new coming through with the X-Men.
Yeah, Orcus is done.
Mm-hmm.
Nimrod has been soundly defeated. And with that, left a lot of turmoil. The mutants got scattered to the different parts of the galaxy. Some of them in different realities. So X-Men 35 comes out, which is by the legacy numbering, the 700 issue of X-Men. So it was super mega sized issue, had as many X-Men artists in it as they could get. From they had Walt Simonson, they had John Romita Jr., the guy whose art style was similar to Arthur Adams. I'm just blanking on his name right now, but they brought it, and it was all about the changing of the guard, Xavier getting jailed, Wolverine trying to kill him because that's what Wolverine was on. He's like, Chuck, you got to go.
Wow.
Magneto saving Charles from Wolverine, and then finding out that this was Xavier's plan all along to get locked up, and that over the past year, he had been subliminally planting messages in Tony Stark and Reed Richards' minds that if you ever have to build a cage for Charles Xavier, leave a loophole in it.
Mm.
But the teams are splintered
Nice.
again. Cyclops is relocating to Alaska in an old Orcus base. Magneto seems to gonna have a team. X
So
Force
the
is coming
X-Men
back.
can't show their face no more ever.
It's not that they can't show their face. They're not like that. But it's gonna be it's rough goings because no matter what, a lot of people died.
Mm.
A lot of people, and there is no way to PR in out of this. Like, hey, it was Orcus all along, but the proof went up in Orcus' satellite.
Oh
There
wow.
are no living members of There are no members of Orcus left alive to say, yep, we did that to them. So no matter what, the world still sees them as having been responsible for their dead family members.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, the
That's
PR
crazy.
the PR spin is back on the mutants being negative.
Wow. Wow. That's nuts. Okay. Well,
Yeah, so it's like they won. It's like, hey, yay, we won. But they also any way of proving their innocence is gone
Oh,
as
okay.
well. So
That's nuts.
double-edged sword. So it's like, because as far as also you just have to look at it like this: the world just really saw Orcus versus mutants.
Right.
They didn't
Right.
see they didn't know the larger threat to the world of Nimrod up there about to destroy all humans. All they saw was, oh, it looks like the X-Men and Orcus had a personal war. What that got to do with me? So like, why should I? It's the PR. The press is not good for them right now.
Mm.
The press is not good for him, and Storm is leaving the X-Men to become an Avenger.
Mm.
So she officially leaving.
Yep, she's like right now. She took a kind of like a world stage, like working with the UN and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so next stop, we already know storyline wise, next stop for Storm is uh probably what's known as Impossible City, which is where the Avengers are located right now.
Well, that makes sense though, because I mean, she's not the type that's going to be going underground and stuff like that and hiding out and all
Right.
playing low
Been
key.
there, done that.
Yeah, she a little bigger than that, So I could see her flipping the script, and I don't think she agreed with Charles and everything Professor was doing anyway, right?
Yeah, she was never on board with, that's one of the reasons she left for the moon. I mean, for Mars, is
Mm-hmm.
that, she was like, okay, you all have this down here. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody else, but I'm going to go up here and make sure it's right up there. That was her, and Apocalypse was messing around on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with all that X-Men Red stuff, which that, Apocalypse, he didn't like what the future looked like, so he acted a fool for a second. He had to get smacked back down.
Mm.
But yes, so she's kind of bigger than what the X-Men are right now.
Okay.
There is no way you can actually operate. Well, actually, as Cyclops, you can't really operate too secret anyway. Once they see the red beam shooting out everywhere, they're going, hey, that's
Hey,
Cyclops
you,
guy.
I know who you are,
How you
man.
doing, man? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a Cyclops
Come here,
guy
guy.
over there, over there now.
Yeah. Hey, can't do that. So that makes sense. I mean, it is what it is. Dang, another. So that brings the X-Men. It's crazy how they was on top of the world and then get that whole world like snatched from them and shit. Like that shit's
Yep.
crazy.
And guess who got them a seed from Krakoa before it all went away? Guess who went and
Who?
plucked them a nice seed?
Don't
Who?
tell me Sinister.
Right.
Victor Von Doom, of course.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh
Vic
yeah.
Vic when they got him got a Krakoa seed.
So what you about to do? You about to run his mutant camp?
Yeah, well, he already has his X-Men. We saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has like a team of mutants that work for him.
Okay.
And now we know right now in Blood Hunt that Latveria is the only safe area that we
Oh,
know
so
of
he
so
about to
far.
get some things
So
cracking.
Doom always has Doom always has the long range master plans. It's just
Mm,
always about how bad is he going to end up screwing himself over. You know,
right.
we saw Supreme Doom do it with Mephisto. It's like, why would you work with Mephistos across the multiverse? Did you not know that the betrayal was happening? But the arrogance was, oh, when the betrayal happens, I'll just kill him. But this is Mephisto. Why would you even give him a opening like that? But that's always Victor's thing. Sometimes he get a little too arrogant.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So wow, I can't wait to see how that turned out with the bloodlust. So let's talk about that because you've been talking about that too. So you haven't talked about on this program. What's going on with bloodlust?
The blood hunt.
Blood hunt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, the big Marvel vampire event, blood hunt. The Dark Forest. All of the wielders of the Dark Forest have blotted out the earth, and vampires are running around like crazy thanks to a group called the Blood Coven. And the person running the Blood Coven right now, which would be Blade. Blade has seemed to have betrayed everybody.
Jackass, what's up, man? What's going on?
Yeah,
Daywalker.
Yeah, the Daywalker has unleashed the Blood Coven. He's responsible behind the whole deal. The whole thing is Blade. He stabbed he stabbed Doctor Strange, then bit him and turned him. He's responsible for Miles being turned. He's responsible for T'Challa being turned.
What?
Sheesh.
This is worse than freaking Trial of Gambit from what it sounds like.
They have Thor held captive. They crippled him and they're feasting off his blood.
Wow.
So they're getting God blood in them. Scarlet
Ain't
Witch.
nothing like the God blood though. No.
Right.
Ain't nothing like it. You get all your vitamins.
Yeah, that was the whole when they went to square off against the Avengers. Thor told him outright, "You can't turn me and you can't kill me. So what are you gonna do?" And then they put a sword in his head, and so they've crippled him. They're not allowing him to heal. They keeping him, crippled so they can feast off of him.
Wow, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So Blade is doing this whole operation, no motive, no talking, no plan or anything. He ain't teaming up with nobody.
He's talking, but the only stuff he's talking about is executing his plan. He's not there. So he's working with the Blood Coven. So we know that, but that's just other vampires. Dracula's not rolling with. Dracula is on the enemies list in this, because
Dracula on the other side of the fence. So this ain't this not a vampire plan. This is a Blade's plan.
This is a Blade plan, and just vampires are the vehicle, and Dracula is not with this.
Holy shit! Wow.
Dracula is not with it, but vampires are very with it. They're like, we get to eat all night.
Yeah, they get
eat all
party,
day, all
you
night.
get some God blood in you. You might. You never know you might come across.
In the Blood Hunt Wolverine crossover, one Maverick, as you may remember him from those who read the books from Weapon X, he was one of the Team X guys. Yep. Maverick got turned and is trying to hunt down Logan. Because they want Logan as kind of like they got Thor. They want Logan as an eternal feast because they know they can't turn him, but feasting on his mutant blood would give them extra
regenerate factor.
Get extra boost. So they're hunting. They're hunting Wolverine
down. They can't be doing this, dude. They can't be doing this. They can't do this. This is disgusting.
And then in the side book Blood Hunters, which is kind of like pans around the Marvel universe, shows you little small pockets. You finally see that they're trying to do the same thing to the Hulk, but the Hulk is not. The Hulk is the Hulk.
Of course.
It's like he's like you can. He was like, can you bite me enough to make me not squeeze your head in? Probably not. So you can bite all you want. I'm still going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you regardless. Right. So your feast means nothing.
Right. Like you better take a sip and bounce.
Just a mosquito. So no, that's crazy. So Blade got the MCU, well, the Marvel universe rather, running rampant with vampires, man.
Running rampant, with vampires. And his kill list is big. Doctor Strange is on his kill list, of course.
Yikes. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was on his kill list. The Midnight Suns are apparently on his kill list. So, but Ghost Rider is on his way to see him. Both Danny and Johnny are on the way. Yeah, they're like,
so both of them rolling.
Yeah. Both of the Ghost Riders are rolling, and And the Blood Covenant is very worried about how long they're going to be able to keep the Scarlet Witch prisoner. So that's a concern for them.
And we already know how Scarlet Witch roll.
Yeah, they have her held hostage right now because surprise attack. Blade set the Avengers up perfectly. Made them think he was in the truck that they was beaming up. He had kind of asked for an extraction, made it look like like, hey, beam me up. I got something in this truck for the Dark Force. Classic vampire got invited in. Like, okay, Blade, we bringing you in. And then they opened up the truck, and then the Blood Coven sprung their attack, caught the Avengers on their heels. So, it went
Dirty
down.
vampires, man. I ain't got time for this shit, man. Blade, you got some explaining to do before this movie drop, man. Fuck out of here. Shit, I ain't gonna support this.
Blade does have some explaining to do. I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way.
Man, get out of here.
Jaywalk.
So yeah, man. So check out these books. That's why we say go to your local comic book store. Because you gotta read these books, man. This stuff not in the movies or in the TV cartoons and stuff. This is in the books. You're getting it raw. So read your books.
And I also recommend the Amazing Spider-Man crossover with it, only because the beginning to me was hilarious. Pete was like, "Oh, vampires! I can hit these guys as hard as I want." I just like that whole take on it. Like, I can punch these guys.
Well, at least I can knock them the fuck out. Like I can go full in. All right.
The whole thought bubble was these guys aren't even alive. I can hit them as hard.
Right. I can do diligence. So all right, have fun, Pete. Don't get bit though. Is Miles? Right. Miles hit?
Yeah, Miles is bit. We don't know when Miles got bit, but Miles is bit.
So when they bit, they full vampire, they evil and shit, right?
Well, I mean, when Miles changed, he was in Doctor Strange's house and he bared all the fangs, and so he did. He was because they kind of had the panel with him like pulling at his mask, like, "Oh, I don't feel so good." I knew right when he said that, I was like, Miles. And then he pulled the mask down and he was all full fang with the bioelectric eyes. So who knows what vampire Miles would be like.
Well, all right. Well, yeah, like I said, guys, read your books. Read your damn books. So let's move on. A few things to talk about. Let's get into the ever so popular Venom trailer.
Boo, his boo. Boo that trailer. Boo that trailer.
Man,
Sony Pictures is releasing Venom 3: The Last Dance sometime this year.
A crappy name.
Yeah, it does. Like so basic and generic, right? Like
Venom 3: The Last Dance. Like,
Jeez.
That's how I go.
Yeah, heavy side. Yeah, because man. I want to like each one of these movies I've wanted to like, and I know I gave the first Venom the supreme chance of letting me down, and it let me down. But I wanted to like it when I first saw it, I wanted to like it, and then Venom. Then they did the second one, and I wanted to like it, but I knew right away. I was like, "Oh, they're doing a Time to Kill because they could get Woody Harrelson in on the role." And so that's what they're doing. They're trying to do that with Venom and Carnage. It's a weird Time to Kill, like, all right, whatever. And so now there's this, and I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like this. Yeah. So
I have the same regards, man. I didn't like the first one. I mean, if anything, this first one was tolerable. All right, like
tolerable. Yes, I can agree with that.
I tolerated it. And the second one was no. All right, tolerance level out the door. I'm not feeling this. Woody Harrelson, you really screwed up. It's bad because it's like Tom Hardy and Woody, they are actually dope. You know what I mean? Like
they're good actors,
in very good scenarios. Any other case, it probably would be a dope movie with both of them together anyway. But they kind of dropped the ball on that. So here, this continue, like it don't even look connected with anything. Like it's gonna be an alien invasion. The military is chasing down Venom. Venom got to help them with this alien invasion. Will look like symbiotes, but
Yeah,
not.
they're
Are
gonna.
they in the comic book? Are these things? Because some
Yeah,
people say
they're
maybe
doing Knull.
Null will
Yeah, they're
show up.
doing Knull.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing Knull because that was Knull is the god of the symbiote planet. That's how current Venom got his Knull blade, and he became god of the symbiotes and all of that. Like for people who follow Venom, they know that the Eddie Brock's last 4 to 5 years have been like a complete and total wild ride. Um, so, and some of it good, some of it is like kind of like, oh, this was good. Other parts I was like, oh, this is garbage. So it's been that kind of ride with Venom. They like his son was Venom for a while, and his symbiote was different than his dad's, but the same. It was weird.
So wait, man. Why is he in here? Like, ain't this
Chiwetel Ejiofor?
Yeah,
I think he's playing a totally different character though. He's not more though.
Well, so you could have Toxin, you could have Ramp. It's you pick a name from, remember that show American Gladiators?
Yeah.
So you pick one of those names.
Turbo.
It's probably right. It's probably been a symbiote with that same name, because at one point, in the dirtier parts of the 90s that we don't like to talk about, there was like a whole Planet of Symbiotes crossover that happened in the Spider-Man books, and it gave us a crap ton of symbiotes like Lash, and like I said, pick an American Gladiator title, and there was probably a symbiote with the same name. Normally the names are like very on the head, like Ripper, oh he has claws, and then Slasher, oh look, swords. It was like,
wow.
It was as basic as it came, but at the time, at that that was during that time right before the bankruptcy, where Marvel was like throwing everything to see if it stick in the wall. Not many of us remember Cap Wolf, because that was a thing. Remember, Steve Rogers was a werewolf.
I remember that.
Yeah,
okay.
So once again, in the dirtier part of the 90s, some shit got weird.
Right. Yeah, it did. True indeed.
Shit got weird. I would never forget all the Avengers showed up in those leather jackets, and the Dark Knight, Black Knight couldn't move. He had like some weird form of paralysis. I'm like, what is this? What am I reading?
They were stunned on them.
Hard.
Stunned with the jackets.
But yeah, to get back to the movie, this just looks like they're just like pretty much they look like they read some comics, or someone said, hey, this, not even read the comics. Someone like picked up some graphic novels and was like, hey, look at this Knull thing and a whole bunch of Planet of Symbiotes. Let's do that. And they said, and someone said yes. And Tom Hardy said, well, I have a 3-picture deal, so you'll pay me. Yes.
So I guess I gotta do it.
Right.
Only cool thing I like was the Venom Horse.
Yeah.
They look crazy. I want to see the Venom Horse. But other than that, man, I mean, overall, like I said, man, the Sony movies, Spider-Man franchise, besides, Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, it's not going, man. I mean, Madam Web didn't make any money in the box office. Nobody went to see that shit.
I refused to watch it on Netflix. I refused, and I was bored.
I finally watched it. I finally watched it. I watched it, and it's as bad. Like, it's very bad with the story. Morbius. That's another one that was bad. And
Craven's gonna suck.
And Craven is going to be
Craven
trash.
is gonna suck.
Yeah, Craven's going to be trash as well. So I have no hopes for this Venom. I'm not going to see it in the theaters, just like I haven't seen anything else. Once it hit the streamer, I might check it out, but I really have no interest in it. The trailer itself looked boring, and it's nothing. I don't care if you threw Spider-Man in it. Like, maybe that would save it, but other than that, no.
Would it though?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so at all.
That movie is beyond saving. And yeah, wait for the stream. Don't Last Dance with Venom. I'd rather watch Save the Last Dance again than this.
Oh man.
That's how I feel about that. And that movie was also poorly acted and presented. But
right.
but I will take that Drek over this Drek.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's in October. Check it out if you want to. If you do, give us a heads up and let us know how you feel about it. And anybody that's checking this out live with us, feel free to comment in the comments. We will answer questions and stuff like that. Have been tuning in. Shout out to the
I might
Instagram
answer the
people,
question. Depending on the question.
the Facebook peeps, and everyone else on the YouTube universe checking us out. This is our first live. I like this format, man. We probably going to go ahead and move along with this format for a minute, man. This is Cosmo Galactus, Fly Nerd Group, Sean Moon, and Charsimus
Woo!
Prime.
And Corey, at some point, when the Ghost of Gal allows him back,
the ghost is gone. He has some technical issues.
Man,
We
he
talked
got-
about it off camera.
he got
So
he got flash.
he'll be back to answer these questions, man. You know what I mean? Like,
That's in the
straight
negative
up.
zone.
Yeah, he in a negative zone. So let's keep it moving, guys. Let's talk about you guys check out the Acolyte.
I'm going to.
I've
I'm
not.
interested. I'm
Okay.
interested.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna lay off of my view opinion about it until you guys see it so we can have a full circle conversation
I'm
about it.
gonna watch both episodes, and then whatever the next, I'll be by the time next time we come around, I will have all of Star Wars Acolyte, all that has aired will be in my brain.
All right, for sure.
The
So, all
computer
right.
will process it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, check us out next time. Also check out WFNG Fly Nerd Radio every Monday on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast too. Is an audio podcast, and we deep dive into the particular subject matters and things. Is me and myself, Sean Moon, and Ambi Warhol, and right here is the YouTube show. And yeah, let's keep it moving. So Chauncey, you was talking about, you do the horror stuff. So
the horror thing.
Yeah, you do your horror thing. So let's get scared. Let's get a little spooky around here,
Get
man.
spooky up in this piece, shall we?
Yeah, let's get spooky in this piece.
Me and you and Sean, we all talked about, Late Night with the Devil. So far, best horror joint in 2024.
Right.
But as time progressed, you had some other joints that came out. Some seemed like they was cool, but then others, they turned out to be so-so. One of them is that of the First Omen. Now, I caught this on Netflix. No, I'm sorry, not Netflix, Hulu last week sometime.
Okay.
So basically, takes place in 1971. So it's a few years before the original Omen movie happens. And
so let's chill for a second. So if you guys are familiar with the Omen, is a horror. Who directed the original? Damian, Damian, Hee-haw.
Right, Hee-haw, Damian. Woo! You round up them souls, boy.
Varmint,
right? You gosh darn varmints and got away from us again, Damien.
So no, that's like one of my favorite horrors. If I watch one, I have to watch like the three. I have to watch till Damien dies. So I don't know if that's the third or fourth movie, but isn't
the third one they have the guy from Jurassic Park? I'm blanking on his name.
Sam
right
Neill.
Now. Sam Neill. Yes. The third one is like Sam Neill is president, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of remember that one.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorites, besides The Exorcist and stuff besides The Exorcist and stuff like that, The Omen is like really classic horror in my opinion. And so this happens how long before the original?
About 7-8 years before the original takes place.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes place like in the early 70s, and it's about a young nun who gets put into this housing in Italy, and she comes across, a secret society within, the nun covenant and such like that basically is helping bring forth the little seedlings of the one down below.
So check it. So this is all right. So Damien is the son, and he get the mark of the beast. So who is she birthing?
See, that's the crazy part. they're birthing different ones. So it's technically it's not just Damien.
Devil gets
Damien,
around.
yeah, Damien was basically the overall
Devil
success.
Rolling Stone.
But
Yeah.
if you follow, the whole series or what have you, it was more than just Damien, and they touched on that in part 3, the one with Sam Neill.
Okay, right.
That whole thing towards the end, he was calling upon, his brothers and sisters or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the devil didn't put all of his eggs in one basket.
Got
He had the foresight to create a little army out there in the world.
Right. So that's what this was basically entailing. And the main priest in here is actually the guy who's going to be playing Galactus in the MCU.
Hey, what up, G? You better do me right, man.
Ralph Ineson, I believe his name is. He was also.
No, I want the best actors for my biopic.
Right. Hey, he got a hell of a voice for it though. So
yes, he does. Yes,
this is the story of Slapface Galactus.
But I mean, he's pretty much, trying to do his best to stop all this happening, and then of course everything goes crazy and what have you, and you basically get the precursor to the original movie in this. Okay. But I mean, for the most part, it's mid. I mean, it has a couple of decent creature effect moments up in here, but then the only thing that fails on it, I hate when movies do this too, when they do the little callbacks to some of the original movies.
Okay.
They rely on the callbacks too much on this for me.
See, you kind of lost me a little bit with creature effects and the Omen, because to me the whole purpose of the Omen was that it was never you didn't need the special effects to the first Omen.
You didn't. That's the thing.
Man, dude, and that's the brilliance of it, and that's why I say it's one of the greatest horror movies, because it's very practical.
Oh yeah.
It's based
it's
off
all about
theory
influence.
influence and imagination, man. So this motherfucker, the devil, and the way he looked and certain things happen, like the deaths in there was pretty, like the glass cutting dude head off and it bouncing on the glass. Like, it's real particular, but it's not like super like intensified horror, So yeah, it's very thought provoking actually. So I mean,
the birthday party for you, Damien. It's all for you. That creepy stuff. Creepy stuff. That's how you sold it. So like the fact that they would even have creature effects in the first Omen lets me know that they didn't even believe in what they were doing enough to like not put the super splash on it. Because look at a film like Midgar Summer or Midsommar. I'm sorry. Look at Midsommar.
Yeah.
That movie is scary and creepy as shit. Not a single special effect. Like they're all practical. Like when you see that guy's leg sticking up out the thing, or you see the bodies afterwards, it was all practical.
Right.
Everything was super practical, but that's one of the scariest films in the last like 4 or 5 years.
There you go.
That and Hereditary.
Yeah, that Hereditary did a great job of keeping of making you look the other way. Because by the time you figured out it was the sun, I was like, oh, it's the sun. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's like, oh y'all, this is all fucked.
Very much so.
So what would you rate this movie? Is it Fly Nerd certified? Is it Fly Nerd streamer? Or is it Fly Nerd fuck off?
I must say Fly Nerd fuck off.
Oh shit. I just made that up.
Yeet. It's been yeeted.
Because I mean, like Sean just said, if they had to do the creature effects, even though they did for the sake of hallucinations for the main nun to be going through, it wasn't really needed. And like we said, with the OG joints, it relied off, just the thought process of what could have been, instead of just, visually just putting it out there.
Okay. So. All right, well, that's what's up, man. So Fly Nerd fuck off. I ain't checking that shit out. So what else did you see on your list?
Another joint I saw on the list that I was pleasantly surprised by was that of Abigail. And this
all right, so break down the premise of that real quick.
All right, so basically it's this young lady who's trained ballerina or what have you. She's gotten kidnapped by a group of strangers who are all in on this heist job to, get some ransom money from her very powerful father. Now, the crazy part about it is that, nobody knows nobody's name at first or what have you. It's just your basic run of the mill, heist job where you don't need to know nobody's name. You don't need to know
like
any
Mr. Blue and shit, Mr. Pink.
Right.
They had code names like that.
Right. You don't need to do anything like that. So with all that, the craziness ensues where they finally figured out after, you see this Giancarlo Esposito character leave that it's a setup job. And the setup is
the fix is in.
Yeah, she pull out the fangs and she hungry. And she murked them by one.
So she a vampire.
Oh, this is a setup.
Yeah.
This is that's that kind of okay. Now I'm really.
So it's a setup.
It's a setup
where it's to a point where they basically fighting to survive, and without either backstabbing each other or trying to work together.
So this is great. So it's like you're not locked in with me. I'm locked in with you, type of thing. Like, all right, they flipped it. That's dope.
And the cool part about it is it's from the team of Radio Silence who did, as you saw, Radio Not and Scream 6. And as you saw also...
I didn't mind Scream 6.
Yeah, and
also...
I didn't mind Scream 6.
Scream 6 was cool. And, as you can see also, Scream 6, Melissa Barrera, she's up in this. So she did this around same time after she did Scream 6. And she unfortunately got axed from Scream 7.
Okay.
But you got a nice little ensemble cast, and that was another thing that gravitated me to the movie was the ensemble cast. Okay. Melissa Barrera, Giancarlo Esposito, Dan Stevens from Legion.
Okay.
You got Kevin Durant, who was the Blob on X-Men Origins Wolverine. He does a lot
busy right here. Okay.
Yeah, she was snapping. And the blonde-haired chick was, I think her name, Catherine Langford. She was a stature in Ant-Man Wasp.
Oh, yeah.
So you got.
I thought she looked familiar. I was looking at her face. I'm like, you were in a superhero movie. Now I know which one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it pleasantly surprised me. It's got a very comedy horror feel to it. A well balanced, well written comedy horror feel to it. Nice action, nice gore.
Good. I like the chops on Tracksuit Guy. He pulled that gun out fast on the vampire. That shows he's got good instincts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Shows he's got good instincts. He's probably also the group douchebag, but at least he's got
but at least he on point with the pistol. Like, all right, you here for a purpose.
Right, see vampire, shoot vampire.
Right, hilarious.
Actually, shout out to that actor Angus Young. He unfortunately isn't with us anymore. He was a part of Euphoria.
That's also why he looked familiar to me from Euphoria. Angus. All right, okay.
So rest in peace there, man. But definitely is I would give this a fly nerd certified.
Whoop whoop.
Oh.
So, by all means, if you get a chance.
Shout out to Blumhouse.
Do not yeet this one. This one stay at the party.
Oh yeah. So by all means, rent it, buy it, do what you want to do with it. It's a nice little surprise to be digging.
Okay. Cool. So check out Abigail. That is Fly Nerd certified. Don't check out the First Omen. That's the first Fly Nerd fuck off. I love that. So, all right, while you here, let's get into the wrestling talk.
Yeah, man. So a little bit of turntable talk, man. Turnbuckle talk.
Top of the turnbuckle.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, we're gonna lose a WWE superstar. Sir Ricochet says he will not be renewing his contract when it ends this summer. And basically, Ricochet has been with the companies for 6 years.
All right, so Ricochet is he's like you said, been with WWE for 6 years. He's not really a big guy, and what I mean, like, you know, he's a high flyer, right? It's like he's not
flyer,
John Cena type, you know.
Nah. But I mean, you know, he's a highly skilled high flyer. He's been on the independent scene for a minute. He's gotten much love across the likes of Japan, Mexico. Canada, other independent circuits, what have you. And he's grown quite a hell of a fan base in WWE. And, he's been an Intercontinental Champion. He's been a United States Champion. He was most recently the WWE Speed Champion, where basically, they have matchups under 3 minutes. And it's like, you basically go off the merit of, beating your opponent within time limit.
Okay. So he's leaving the WWE. He's not renewing his contract. Why? No. Why do you think is that? Hey, his wife is the damn ring announcer, man. She got some chops, man. Yeah, Samantha Irvin got some chops. She leaving too?
That's another thing that people are afraid of. It was like, if he leaves, then it's possible she could run with him unless she decides to stay. Because
give her a bigger check, man. Triple H, give her a bigger check, man.
Right. There are instances where husband and wife wrestling couples, they work for separate companies.
There's a lot of couples in wrestling right now, though. There's a lot of couples, and they
one
are.
of them has a reality show on Hulu.
Yeah, that's
Bianca Belair and Yep.
Yeah. But when it comes to Ricochet, though, the reason why he's not renewing because he feels like he didn't get a little bit of a main event run like he could have or should have, which in a way I kind of agree.
Who?
No. Hear me out. Because if they can give Kofi, Big E, Bobby Lashley some run, some showtime, they could have gave Ricochet a little bit of love.
So you just mean some slot time. Yeah. I thought you meant like main top event. See, the thing is, that's why I was saying he's a high flyer and stuff. Some of these wrestlers, like Montez Ford, he a high flyer, but these guys don't have like finishing moves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like these are things that some of the elements that the fans be looking for. Like, when you gonna do that special? These guys just jumping off top rope and stuff like that, which is dope. And there's still an acrobatic skill that you're looking for. But I don't think like Ricochet could drive everything home, like being the championship guy, like Intercontinental, US championship. But I don't think like World Heavyweight Championship.
So the jobber belts, essentially.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like upper mid card.
Unless he bulk up and just, start doing power moves and stuff like that. But other than that, he's just going to be on that. Like, Intercontinental belt is the highest I would give him.
Yeah.
But other than that, nah, I'm straight. So, I don't know. He going to go to the other companies?
That's what everybody's trying to speculate. I would say chill out before you make that decision. Only because if you go over to AEW right away, that's going to be another thing of AEW. Because as I stated before off air, they've got this bad little habit of just grabbing ex-WWE people, give them that nice little boost for the first 2-3 weeks or first month or whatever. Then after that, it's like flatline entry. Because you see what they did with Edge.
Right.
Yeah, even though he's their TNT champion right now, and that's probably the only reason why he's still got, some traction because of, he a veteran like that.
Right.
But anybody else who's come from WWE, like I said, they'll give them that first month's push, then it's flatline from there. It's like, all right, you got to make your own footing from there. And then, also they don't even concentrate on their original title enough at that.
So, wow. So, I don't know. Just jumping in another pond doesn't sound too promising as well. So, I don't know. Maybe think it through,
Yeah. And I mean, there's other options too. You got TNA still. You got NWA. You can make some.
Got Japan still.
Yep, got Japan. So you can make some noises from there.
Yeah. So
you can always wrestle Mexico again too. So.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll make the right decision moving forward. Shout out to him. And yeah, there you go. Anything else? What other wrestling news is there?
Well, let's see. Becky Lynch, it's a lot of speculation that she could be done.
That's good. She could go.
He said no.
He said she could go. Get her out of here.
I never liked Becky Lynch, man. She could ride, man. Yeah, I wouldn't miss her.
I don't know much about it. What's wrong with her?
I just don't I don't like her character. I don't know if that's her real personality and stuff like that, but I don't like her character.
Bad, poorly handled character.
Yeah. And her name is Becky Lynch. I don't like.
Oh yeah. Okay, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about that.
Becky Lynch, like I don't like that. So
Right.
there's a few things I don't like. So now she could go. It's cool. It's cool. Shima, where you think she'll go?
I mean, if she does go anywhere else, it'll probably be. I'll be so shocked if she goes to AEW, but I kind of doubt it. But she'll probably mess with something on the UK side of things. Probably do some UK run or whatever.
Okay.
And then again, too, you know, she got a daughter with Seth Rollins, so she probably just gonna chill and do the family.
Oh, and do the baby thing. That's why I heard Rhea's doing. Well, Rhea's doing something, getting married or something. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. So cool. Well, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Becky Lynch, take care of your family. We'll see you around. Have a good one.
Yeah, while we on air right now, we actually got a premium live event happening on Peacock as we speak, which is
the NXT.
Yeah.
So what's the basis of that? So I don't follow NXT like that.
Yeah, so basically NXT Battleground, this is their first premium live event under the TKO umbrella. And what we got going on is like the first pay-per-view, or should I say premium live event that takes place in a UFC arena. So even though it's going to be wrestling based, you're going to have like, you know, that UFC environment with, you know.
Is it going to be in an octagon? They going to turn the ring like octagon into the ring? Because that would be dope.
Actually, one of the matches is going to be an octagon style match between two superstars, and that's
so one octagon match.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bad matchup between Shayna Baszler and a new lady named Lola Vice, and she's pretty much a goon with her kicks. I hadn't seen what she can do, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be a nice little matchup. So that one's happening. Then you got the main event, which is Trick Williams facing a former AEW superstar, Ethan Page.
That sounds like a pimp's name.
I was saying Trick. I was thinking Trick, man. I was thinking the same shit.
That sounds like a pimp's name. Oh, sneaky Trick.
Oh, here comes Trick. Here comes Trick.
Here comes Trick.
But hey, here's the funny part.
You gotta be your Monte Carlos trying to drive off real quick. Here come Trick.
Right. His audience chant is "Whoop that Trick."
As appropriate. Yeah.
That's wow. Wait. That's free marketing.
I need to watch his matches. I want to hear
that's free marketing. Now I want to hear them say "whoop that Trick" throughout the entire one.
We'll add with some more flavor. You got Booker T in the background, like, Saga, what? It's like
whoop that Trick,
right.
So Booker T, he do the commentary at AEW.
He does commentary for NXT.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Okay,
why
he leave? He was doing WWE too. Why he leave?
No, he's still with the company. He's just doing the commentary side of things, but he's also got his own thing too with Reality of Wrestling, which is basically his training ground.
Okay,
his training ground federation. That's all. Right.
The Rock is producing this show called The Death of WCW. Have you checked that out? It's a documentary.
Yeah, I saw the first episode earlier today, actually.
What do you think about it?
How is it?
It's pretty decent so far. I mean, you're getting a lot of finger pointing going on with this. It's like,
I saw that. Right.
But what the crazy part about it is the first 5 minutes, they asked former WCW superstars if you were to give a eulogy of WCW, what you would say. Bret Hart was like, "Thanks for nothing, go fuck yourself." I was like, "Oh, that's Bret for you." That's Bret for you.
Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Legend.
And then, they talk about kind of like the rise of Eric Bischoff, how he started.
How he started.
producer first, and then as an on-air personality.
Right.
How the whole NWO thing came to play. How he talked Ted Turner into giving him Monday Nitro to compete with WWE.
Compete with WWE, and it was pretty dope.
Yeah. Now I know the next couple episodes is covering, the post NWO invasion and stuff like that. How some of the superstars start getting manga hungry. Some people are pointing fingers at Bischoff. Some people pointing fingers at Kevin Nash.
I don't get the Kevin Nash point. I don't get the Kevin Nash part. So I'm really interested. What, he single-handedly destroyed the company, or what?
Well, according to somebody like Chris Jericho, he's one of the three.
Okay. Cool. All right. I want to say that for the doc, because I want to have a purpose to watch. So because I used to check out in because of NWO and stuff like that, Monday Night Nitro, you would switch from Raw, especially when they invaded Nitro. You watching both TBS and all that, and USA pretty much. So yeah, I remember those times. So I would definitely check it out to see the death. That's the good old times, man. Good old wrestling
World
times,
Championship Wrestling.
Yeah,
WCW.
Yeah, Ric Flair and Sting and shit.
Woo!
Flair, Lex Luger.
Yeah,
Lex Luger.
Yeah. So, all right. So, cool. So, before we wrap it up, it is summertime. We are in June. Well, summer. I say officially, whatever June is. So, you brought up this topic, summer kickoff movies. What's the summer movies that pop into your mind when it's summertime?
So when I think about the summer joints, man, I think about stuff that of course we all probably grew up with over in time. Of course, one movie that everybody and their mama gonna mention would be Jaws, because it was the first blockbuster movie. It's the first movie that hit summer season or whatnot, and it did what it did. Pay its respects and its dues. It's classic.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
Right. For me though, I like joints like, when I think summer movies, I'm thinking stuff like Ghostbusters. I'm thinking stuff like The Lost Boys.
Lost Boys was a summer movie?
Came out summer '87.
You're right.
Are you talking about the release date of the movies or the settings of the movies?
The settings. The
settings. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
then then there was another little joint that came out. It was kind of like a low '80s cult classic, movie called Summer School, that actually came out almost around the same time with Lost Boys. It was a comedy.
Okay.
And that was a cool little fun watch. What else? It's Willow is another one.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Willow being a summer movie because it was advertised in comic books.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Hey, is Weekend at Bernie's a summer movie?
I would consider it a summer movie.
It's a summer theme movie. It happened on vacation.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man, what an acting job that was. That dude.
Was that a real person or was that a dummy?
It was a real person, and then dummies when they needed to toss the body around, it was dummies. But that was a real person.
Like the moving and the walking, that was a real person.
Yeah, that was a real person.
Yep.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's why I love that movie. So yeah, Weekend at Bernie's for me. That's a summer movie.
See, I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off, even though that really wasn't the summertime.
Was in the dome. That was the number
Ferris,
2.
Like he was just out there. He was just out there kicking it hard on his privilege, and I had no problem with it.
Now that wasn't school. I would say that's like the last week of May, you know what I mean? It's around summertime and shit.
Getting close.
You tired of going to school anyway, so I'll go ahead and get that day off and kick it off. So yeah, that was my number 2. Actually, I'm glad.
Yeah, he had a hell of a day off.
Yeah.
Would you consider the Friday 13th movies in the summer movie spectrum also?
Well, they had to go to the camp, so
I mean, it's summer in that terms, but there were a couple of them that had summer release dates. I know I believe the first one came out in like September, but like
Yeah.
around the time they got to the third one, I think it actually came out during the summertime.
Right.
So usually summer, like there's both ways. So I'm thinking about the setting and then, big summer movies. Like I would expect this Bad Boys 4 to be a
Yeah.
big summer movie,
Yeah,
right?
that Deadpool Wolverine big
Yeah,
summer movie.
Deadpool Wolverine big summer
Blockbusters.
movie, blockbuster. So usually around June, July, you get the big hits, like you said, Ghostbusters, something like that. I would expect like a Terminator. Dune hit early with the March, but
True.
I don't know. I would have put that as a summer movie. But usually the big blockbusters, the big bang bang, Independence Day and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like those are big summer movies that come out July and popping,
And low key every now and again Pixar I slip one in there, like
Oh,
Inside Out
yeah.
2 is
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 is coming. It's like Pixar is not always a summer release, but every now and again they'll splash one in there, and before you know it, it'll be like the biggest movie of the summer.
But it's brilliant to do that because the kids have nothing to do. So go ahead, drop those movies.
And Pixar is just quality film. Like
Absolutely.
even though I don't like Cars, I can appreciate what Cars is. That's like one of the few Pixar films I'm like, I can do. I'm not with Cars, but that was their cash grab, and that wasn't even a bad cash grab. It was like, you know what, little kids like Cars. Not it's not even rocket science. It's like rocket science. Little kids like cars, girl, boy, whatever. They all like cars.
So now usually, the summer kicks off with the big movies, the big things that get you in the seats, grab the popcorn and your sandwiches or whatever you bring it in, and you checking out good movies. So Transformers, those are usually even though as bad as they were, the Bayverse Transformers usually hit around the summertime and usually be the cash cow, make a lot of motherfucking money. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people just go and see it. So, I would expect like big movies. Dark Knight. That was a summertime movie.
Dark Knight was a summertime movie.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that shit like 3 times in the summer because it was just that good. So your biggest movie, your biggest haymaker, I would say drop that in the summer. Even with the music,
T2 was a summer movie.
Yeah, of course, it sure was. It
T2
definitely
was a
was.
summer movie.
Yeah.
Batman was a summer movie.
Yeah,
the first one, Batman '89.
The first one, yes,
Yep,
yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Because the second one was the Christmas movie.
Yep.
And it actually came out around Christmas time. I remember that.
Yeah. So,
and if you want to dig deep, you can also do the right thing, Boys in the Hood. All them got summer releases.
You know what? As much as I love Boys in the Hood, that ruined my summer. Because
I agree.
That ruined my summer, man. Because I kept worrying about potential Rickies everywhere I went.
Right.
Oh, I feel you.
That was happening for real. That was happening for real. That's the
it just had it had me. That's one of the films. Like Colors, the drive-by didn't hit me as hard as it did in Boys in the Hood.
Right. I feel you. What about was Menace to Society a summer movie?
Yeah.
I think it was a late summer movie. I think it was an August release.
Yeah, it was late summer.
Poetic Justice was a summer movie.
You sure was. Yeah. Bitch. Nah. Weak ass, brush that weak ass fade. All I remember
the
Pac was cussing. Imagine Pac cussing out Janet Jackson. Like that's hilarious. Like they are hilarious. Actually like arguing and fighting. That is hilarious work right there.
And that was them early acting. So like let's just be real. That was kind of like, wow, guys, you came a long way.
Yeah. True indeed.
That was because I won't lie. I get Janet was Penny on Good Times, but her character in Poetic Justice was stiff.
Yeah.
I was like, when do I start caring about her feelings being hurt?
But it's Janet Jackson. I didn't expect the acting chops to be on point because, like, look here, there's Tupac. He did Juice before. Now he played crazy in Juice.
Nah, he was dope as Bishop.
Yeah, he was very dope in Bish as
He was
Bishop.
very dope as Bishop.
Excuse
And
me.
in Poetic Justice, he was a hard sell too. Like I
Yeah, so
hard
I
sell.
think they just made the movie just to put them together. But
Yeah,
That's all it was.
they were huge. They were huge at the time. I mean, and the story overall is not bad. It's just that when I watched it as an adult, I was like, oh, this acting is.
ain't gonna go. That Joe Torre. The best actress was what's her name?
Regina King.
Yeah, Regina
Yep,
King.
Regina King. Yep.
She became a superstar out that bunch.
Yeah.
Man. She from
catapulted.
Boondocks to Watchmen, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she killing it. So shout out to her. Shout out to rest in peace, John Singleton. Rest in peace, Tupac,
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that will wrap it up about the summer things. Any last tidbits y'all want to talk about real quick? Any shout outs?
Man, just shout out to everyone listening, everyone who tuned in for the live. Shout out to Corey Green and the Ghost of Guile.
We're gonna get a part 2 with Corey, man. We're gonna read.
Yeah, we gonna get him right. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him some of that Shadow Law internet and I forgot the name of the government guy I worked for. Is he a CIA? He was just Special Forces. I forgot what guy.
He was Special Forces.
Special Forces. Yeah, got to get Corey off that government brand internet. That's the problem. That standard issue internet.
On that WoW internet. So, what about you, Chance?
Shout out to everybody. Definitely shout out to Miss Moxie. Shout out to our would-be resident supervillain, Sir K-Max.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the homie Ambi doing his thing where he's doing it. Just shout out to all our local talent that's out here. Whether you're a store owner, artist, just doing your thing out here. Because support us, we'll support you. That's how it's supposed to be.
And that's how it's supposed to be. That's words of the Chanthamus Prime. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, everybody that check us out, everybody that support us, everybody that listen to us in WFNG, Fly Nerd Radio. We got some other things coming up. I really like this format, guys. I think we're going to probably continue like this for a second. I really like how this works. So whatever kinks we're going to get out, but it is what it is. Thank you for your support. We are the Fly Nerd Group, where the culture is free. We are the bridge between hip-hop and comic books, and we will continue building this bridge until it's a whole Fortress Maximus of dope shit. So, I'm Cosmo Galactus, a.k.a. Slapface Galactus.
Shy Moon, the flyest hippie in the world.
Whoop, whoop.
This is Chauncimus Prime. FNG Fortress Maximus, transform and destroy all Triptychons.
On the real, we tripping on all you cons. We out. Fly Nerd Group.
What you see is what you get.
WFNG.
Fly nerds. You see it and say it. Yeah, you see black excellence and intelligence we now combine. Fly nerds on the verge of connecting the minds. North, south, east, west over digital lines. Catalogs of the culture inside. Seen it with our own eyes. We done been through the trends and phases. The names and the legacy, the changing faces. We can't talk shop, only dealing the truth. You tuning in to the Fly Nerd Group, so let the peoples in. Yeah.
WFNG.
FNG.
Fly Nerd Radio.
Yeah, so let the people in.
WFNG. Fly Nerd Radio.